News with Gina.
The News with Gina Grad.
Well, CNN released audio of the awkward encounter between Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders at the end of Tuesday night's debate. We saw them chit-chat with each other, but until now it was speculative what they were saying to each other. Tensions between the candidates were brought up during the debate, with each of them asked about reports saying that Sanders told Warren in a December 2018 conversation that a woman couldn't become president. Sanders denied saying it. It sounds like they were talking about this on the radio, but it was basically them being in cahoots, being like, well, it's got to be one of us, and kind of them pitching their case. At the end of the debate, Warren snubbed Sanders' handshake, and then they had this little brief discussion before Tom Steyer awkwardly interrupts at the end. Here
Can I say this? Max Pata, look for the person at the debate who asked the question, because it did this great phraseology where they asked Bernie, did you ever do this? Yeah. And then he went, no. And then they said to Elizabeth Warren, when Bernie did this, how did you feel? And she's like, it hurt me. And
it was clearly very well.
There's a couple things. They're trying to get rid of Bernie.
Yeah.
They're trying to get rid of Bernie, just like they tried to get rid of Bernie before.
Yep.
And I got a million things. First things goddamn first. When you go out to dinner with somebody and you have a conversation, I'm sorry, that's not meant for public consumption. You went to dinner with someone, you had a conversation. You're not allowed to fucking drop dimes on them.
Right.
You're just not.
Yeah.
This whole thing, we're living in this world where it's like, oh, he was being recorded, or they were talking, or they had a dinner, or the mics were hot. Those are private things that are happening. It's not
like the Sony email hack was terrible.
You're not allowed to do that.
Yeah,
Elizabeth, and by the way, Elizabeth Warren has been caught lying 10 times about 10 fucking different things. She's lied. Oh, I was pregnant.
Private schools.
I told her hit the bricks as I was pregnant, and to lie. Private school lie. These are all fucking lies all the time. And now she's lying about the least sexist guy on the planet, but they're having a meal.
Yeah.
Maybe they said, what do you think? Do you think about... People have those meetings. They would have them all the time. Like they would say 20 years ago, you think a black man could be president? The person going, I don't know if we're ready for the country. It doesn't mean they hate black people. Just they're asking their opinion.
Is the country ready
do you
for
think an atheist could be do you think an atheist could be the president? I'm an atheist. I might go, no, I don't think this country is going to whatever. It doesn't mean I hate atheists.
Like, do you think the country's ready for Pete Buttigieg and a man to sleep in the White House? I don't think so, but I love fakes.
Well, look, as long as Pete's a top, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Okay.
All right, so this is
what actually was said when they're quote unquote shaking hands afterwards.
Right.
I think you called me a liar on national TV.
What?
I think you called me a liar on national TV.
Let's not do it right now. You want to have that discussion? We'll have that discussion. You called me. You told me. All right, let's not do it.
I don't want to get involved. I just want to say hi, Bernie.
Yeah, good.
Shut the fuck up, Steyer.
Thanks, Steyer.
What is Tom Steyer always doing there?
I don't know.
So bad.
But look,
clueless.
The point is this. She has this meal with him 20 years ago and then now just drops this bomb because she's falling in the ratings. And she's been caught lying all the way fucking through this, making herself a victim all the way through. She's making herself a victim. So now she drops this thing that makes Bernie look like an asshole. And now she's like, you're calling me a liar? No, it's not calling you a liar. Somebody said, did you say this? And you said no.
It's not for public consumption.
But that's not calling you a liar. That's answering the question.
And Trump's president, the debates turned when Trump said to Hillary, you'd be in jail, that whole thing. If we would have picked up him saying, I called you, you've been doing a great job of being a liar on TV, he would have skyrocketed.
And by the way,
Bernie.
She knows what she's doing. She's been around with cameras. They're both senators. They could have very easily hashed this out in the halls of the Senate.
Right.
Yes.
Speaking of that, I thought about what Mike Murphy said the other day, which was interesting, that, between Elizabeth Warren and Bernie, they're going to be out of commission for a while because they have some impeachment hearings to deal with. So they're not going to be stumping around the country like everybody else is going to have that extra time and that cleared playing field.
There's also footage of Bernie from 30 years ago saying a woman could be president. Sure. But here's my whole thing. If they went out to a private meal and he said that to her, she's not allowed to share that with the public 20 years later when she wants to get elected and become a victim again.
And
she is fucking horrible.
And he never would have said it if she was running for president 20 years ago. He wouldn't have said that. He was just talking about, I get it. Yeah, she looks like the bitchy teacher who gives you a fucking D. The way she approached him was like the bitchy teacher.
Yeah, she's a zero.
How quickly the tide turns, Adam.
She's whoever. I like her skin, but she's whoever. She doesn't use soap.
He likes that she doesn't wash her face.
She doesn't wash her face.
I'm into that too.
She is a zero. Look, it's anyone who tries to be the victim over and over again drives me fucking nuts, and that's what she does.
Who wins? Avenatti versus Warren, presidential race.
I like that guy's jaw, man. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Wait, do we have the question, Max Zapata?
Senator Sanders, I do want to be clear here. You're saying that you never told Senator Warren that a woman could not win the election.
That is correct.
Oh, boy.
Senator Warren, what did you think when Senator Sanders told you a woman could not win the
Oh, my
election?
God. I never
Even
knew.
he acknowledged
that.
He's smiling
That is awful.
at the wording.
That's
CNN is not looking
expecting a different
forward to
That's terrible.
Sanders being the candidate.
No way.
They don't want him. They don't.
Why?
He's
What do they
too
care?
old.
They don't think
It's
he can
too
win. I don't
radical.
think he can win.
He's too radical. You can't have a socialist run for president like that. No.
CNN is going after Sanders now.
Right.
Because they don't want him. This is, by the way, it's like CNN broke this story. It didn't break a story. The Warren's camp said
She
this.
said
He
it
didn't
happened.
break
I know, it's such
anything.
bullshit.
And by the way, did you hear that phraseology?
Yeah, that's terrible.
And all he didn't call her a liar. He just said, I didn't say that. No.
It's so bad.
Oh, it's bad. Sanders may get jobbed a second time.
He will. He's too old. He acts too old, and he's too radical. And it's no.
But he's going to get jobbed. I think he's going to get jobbed by his own party.
Friendly fire.
They don't think he can beat Trump or whomever.
They went after Biden a month ago.
All right. So I'm sorry. Abby Phillips was the CNN moderator. But why would you ask why would you phrase it that way?
They were expecting a different answer from him.
Yeah, they were. It was clearly written ahead of time. Those were set questions.
Yeah, it was written ahead of time, but it was also written to make her right and him wrong.
They just assumed he was going to try to explain himself as opposed to saying no.
Right. And by the way, that's not calling you a liar.
No.
That's just saying here's what took place at that meeting.
It's dirty pool.
She's horrible.
Yep.
Well, I don't know if you saw this little video. I'll show it to you. New Orleans police were granted an arrest warrant for Odell Beckham Jr. Over accusations of simple battery after he slapped the butt of an officer following the LSU's national championship victory over Clemson.
You're just saying good game.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Good game out there.
Yep. Bleacher Report says that police sought charges after the video surfaced of the incident. In
This
the video,
is who?
this is Odell Beckham Jr.
Oh, he has a guy, and he's got a...
He was handing out money.
I didn't
He
know
was handing out money, cigars.
It's crazy.
He was in the LSU locker room.
Oh, I'm sorry. I never hear the junior part. I just hear Odell Beckham. I thought he had a kid on LSU.
No, Odell Beckham was in the locker room.
Right. Just hanging with the guy.
He's a junior.
Right.
Okay,
and after he slaps the cop, he's saying, get the gat over and over again, kind of taunting him. You see him in the back there. So watch the guy in the back behind the cop. And big smack.
Yeah.
Fuck you. You can't hit a cop like that, you idiot.
He's kind of teasing him.
Him and Antonio Brown, two assholes.
So the officer appeared to speak to Beckham. We don't know what he said. News outlets say police originally wanted a misdemeanor sexual battery charge, but that was declined. Simple battery is a misdemeanor that carries up to 6 months in jail, fined $1,000.
Better do it now.
Well, remember the bridge incident with the slapping on the ass?
Oh, right. Sure.
We're getting real serious about everyone's personal space. But can I tell you this? Let me make a plea to my black brethren. Whether it's dumping water or slapping the ass of, keep away from the cops. They're the guys with the guns.
Don't do that.
Yes, things can happen.
It's a proud day for black people and their football heroes. Odell Beckham and Antonio Brown is shouting from his porch to the cops.
Yeah.
Punk ass ends. What an asshole. I mean, what?
Well, look.
But did you see his music video?
Fantastic.
Whole lot of money.
Again, if that was on SNL, it would fit right in.
Yeah, it's perfect.
It'd be perfect.
Yeah.
So try to keep your hands away from cops. On the other hand, slap on the ass. I feel football players get a cultural pass. They spend their whole life slapping men on the ass. That's all they celebrate is ass
Let's get
slaps.
out there.
Right. Of course, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
So Dwayne Johnson's father, WWE Hall of Famer Rocky Soulman Johnson, died on Wednesday. He was 75. The cause of death not immediately released. Do you remember him, Brian?
He was before my time.
A little bit, but you might remember this.
I'm laughing because the WWF doesn't have a great race relations history in their past.
Yeah. Well, I get into that briefly. A statement from the WWE released saying, quote, the physically imposing and wildly charismatic Johnson had several memorable rivalries like Greg the Hammer Valentine and Adrian Adonis. Yeah. He found his greatest success when he teamed up with Tony Atlas as the Soul Patrol. The two men became the first African-American world tag team champs in WWE history when they defeated the Wild Samoans December 10th, 1983. Yeah. Rocky did help his son train to become a WWE star. He retired in 91. And I did a little research on him just because I was curious. And a couple of families.
No,
so yeah,
I think,
yeah.
I'm shocked.
So the first family, I believe the wife was
Kevin Hart's mom.
what Prince and Jehovah's Witness, and had I think 2 or 3 kids, and then met The Rock's mom, who her father was on the WWE circuit, and they kind of got together. And the first wife, I don't think they knew about each other because and had little Dwayne. The first wife said, "We have to break up if you don't quit wrestling because our religion doesn't recognize, the blood sport thing." And he said, "No problem," because he had another thing going.
Sure.
So it was a very interesting story that Wikipedia tells.
So did The Rock grow up with him as his dad?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the second,
so he
his
quit.
wife,
Quit
the second wife.
Did he quit for her?
He retired. No, he went. He said no problem and went to the other woman who was The Rock's mother.
And yes, The Rock's mother. Okay, good. Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
that's
according to Wikipedia, and he retired in 91.
91.
So, yeah.
He was
I have no recollection of him
Not
at all.
Not one bit.
Look at it, little tiny Rock there.
Soul Man got a lot of girls, man. Whoa, he looks like any black tough guy from Detective Show in the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah, and The Rock. Yeah, well, we were talking about The Rock and work and genetics and all that kind of stuff, but I think we got the idea of where the generics are coming from. Well,
HGH.
Whatever. Dad,
he works his ass off.
It's nice to have a dad with that kind of base.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good baseline to go.
That's
a picture
lineage.
of Jim Carolla with his shirt off. It's not
No, thank you.
quite a contrast.
Not inspiring? No.
Not inspiring.
All right, well.
AJ, I'm not sure if you have any news on this, but we'll see. Prosecutors want to lock up Lindsay Lohan's mother for 6 months for her DWI hit-and-run accident. So Dina Lohan appeared Wednesday in a Long Island court where she pled not guilty, according to Page 6. Assistant DA Alexandra Wolf said she was seeking a sentence of 6 months in jail, 5 years probation. The judge adjourned the case until February 27th. So here's what happened. Police say she was leaving a parking lot when her Mercedes hit a Honda on Saturday night. The driver of the Honda followed her all the way home, tipped off the police. The police showed up to arrest her. Police say Lohan was found in her car with the engine running, and when she tried to get out, slurred speech and face plant on the ground.
Here's the inside story, really. It's not so much that she got in a little bender. It's that she got drunk at Outback Steakhouse.
She was at Outback Steakhouse.
That is, I felt for Lindsay when I heard that.
That's the real crime.
If she got pulled over like kind of, I think 7:30, 8 o'clock. That means she started getting a drink on at 5:36 at Outback. That's a different kind of drunk.
Yeah.
Oof, that's a double vodka cherry 7-Up kind of drunk. You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing here? You really want to bloom an onion that bad?
That's one of my rich man, poor man's is never eaten at an Outback Steakhouse.
Yeah.
When I was poor, Outback was too expensive for me.
$80.
And now I'm rich, and I'm not going to Outback for a steak.
Can't go there.
You're going to Adam Perry
Lang. I'm going down to the Chop House or Adam Perry Lang or whatever. I literally financially miss the Outback Steakhouse.
It's like Vietnam War at my age. Like, too young to get drunk.
Same.
Yes. Poor people are too poor and rich people are too rich for that. That's a middle. One. That's a Dina Lohan sweet spot right there.
She might do. That's her felony. That's a second DUI. So that's a felony, I believe. So she might see a little. Maybe, who knows? 2 weeks or 30 days, maybe.
Really?
Could be.
Well, and as I understand it, a DWI worse than a DUI.
Sure.
Driving while intoxicated. Boom, the end.
Not good.
Yeah.
I was thinking about MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
Drunks Against
And I was thinking about GLAD as well. Yeah. And I realized, ironically, GLAD is even more angry than MAD.
Oh, sure.
Why is your name GLAD? You have a little bit of a sense of humor. You guys are rip shit all the time.
Wait a minute.
There's a group called MAD who's not as angry as GLAD. Anyone ever think about that?
That's great.
They're more sad.
Yeah, that's funny. That's true. Wow. Glad will fucking kill you. They'll come after you, Glad.
Yeah, man. They don't like drunk driving,
right,
but they're not nearly as angry as Glad.
It's okay. Yeah.
All right.
That's good.
I'm going to go to their next meeting and go, hey, Glad,
Hey.
you understand there's a group called MAD, and they're not nearly as pissed as you are.
Let's bring it down.
Let's bring it down.
Come on.
Okay.
Well, a lot of folks want to know how Adele achieved her dramatic weight loss, and her former trainer said it isn't the gym. She wasn't really into the gym and the exercising. She just ate less come dinner time. So Camila Goodis, she's known to self-help fans as the Brazilian body wizard.
Oh, boy.
She shared details on the British talk show Lorraine. The LA-based trainer says, quote, I don't believe she liked exercise much, and she changed her lifestyle. I believe that 90% was dieting. So she followed this thing called the CERT food diet, green juice and 1,000 calories a day, which according to, what they say you should eat, women should have about 2,000 a day.
Yeah.
She just calorie starved.
All right.
I don't know. I'm
good.
trying to. I was looking at pictures of her, and I don't know. I mean, I like the plumper Adele.
Really?
Well, they're not. She's pretty, but I don't know. You know what it is? Here's what it is. It's like you see Adele when she's heavy, and she's got the beautiful face,
Right.
and you go, look at those eyes, look at that chin, look at that
Yeah.
face.
Jaw.
She's so beautiful. She's so beautiful.
But
if she just lost the weight, she'd be stunning. And then she loses the weight, and you go, she's okay.
I know. It's true. That's a good point. That happens.
I like the potential of the fat Adele, where I could have
yearn.
this. I could have this fantasy about when she lost weight, what a stunning creature she'd be. And then she lost weight, and she looks like every 140 pound chick.
Yeah, because you're not trying. Like you're not looking at her going, "Oh my God, she's fucking hot now." It's not. She's still not.
It's the potential.
But she does have a pretty face.
Yeah,
I get it. Yeah.
It was like the student where the teacher goes, "You're so smart. You have so much potential if you just study." And then they study, and that's a B minus.
Not much more.
Thought there was something there.
The way you're talking about her, she might end up on the list of people most disgusted to sleep with you.
The year is young, ladies.
Yeah.
But you got to get your hustle on.
Yeah, you got to work at it.
You got to work at it.
You can't just. Right.
You can't just take a nap and end up on that list. You got to work on it.
Apply yourself.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Well, a cutlery company in England has designed a new line of kitchen knives with square tips for a reason. It's an effort to reduce the rising knife crime that has plagued the UK, according to the New York Post. Last October, the BBC reported new figures showing a 7% rise in knife crime, which is a record high. Meanwhile, the company that's selling the square tip knives says in a statement, quote, with knife-related crime incidents at a record high and a reported 285 fatalities in the last year, the UK government has taken the decision to reclassify kitchen knives as a weapon, leading some retailers to remove single knives from sales in stores. So this is basically a way just to stay competitive. They're not keeping knives in stores, steak knives.
Well, there's a lot of...
You're going to have to hack.
They're having it. They don't have guns. I mean, people don't have access to guns. So folks that are wanting to do the
murdering,
the mayhem and the murdering and the terrorist activity as well is to end up with a lot of knives and a lot of stabbings.
So wait, so they just all knives are coming with a square tip now?
Well, no, this company is sort of
okay.
They're leading the way because knives apparently they're going to be taken off the shelves.
What about all the guys who make their living throwing knives? How's this going to affect them?
Like the traveling carnival show.
Yeah, you guys are going to be sitting in the unemployment line with the typewriter repair people.
He's pissed off.
Number one, I feel like this company should keep going. Like, hey, we made a new line of shoes where you can run with scissors, with safety scissor shoe. It's okay to run with scissors, but only if you wear a line of shoes.
Yeah,
like they should come with a lot of apparel. Really work on.
There's a few of those things we can come up with.
Yeah, throwing stars are just fidget spinners.
Yes, throwing stars that are like casino course.
Right, frisbees.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, let's do one more.
All right. Well,
we got the fart mashup ready?
Oh, my God.
Good.
Give me a break.
Now, this is AJ's...
this is my nephew, Joey.
Yeah, this is AJ versus RD.
No, it's not me.
I know, but I like the letters.
Okay.
I like the RD and the AJ.
AJ, RD. Okay, let's
see if you can pick out which is which.
Oh.
Wow.
man.
Clearly, that one bike needs a tune-up. Clearly,
throwing
spark plug
revs and wilting flowers.
A lot of mud on that track.
I couldn't tell. I'll have to hear it 10 or 12 more times.
That may be our greatest creative contribution to this society.
And I was thinking, should I bring this up or not?
Oh,
wow.
always bring it up.
Jesus Christ. What a great home for that fart. I brought it to this show, not even my show, which is something to say.
Benevolent.
Yeah,
you can't do it on my show now. It's done. But who cares? You have a little more people. More people listen to your show than mine, so I think I'll be all right.
I predict the rap community is going to sample that heavily.
Let's talk about it.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about it. You got to get 10%. I broke it here. You're kind of a producer.
That's going to get sampled more than Cashmere.
All right, we got a business. He's going to keep farting. Trust me. He's fine.
Well, I'll tell you, if he could send him in, if you could send him in.
It's done.
And then
because we've been having a contest, and I haven't sent shit in yet.
You're losing.
He's the Rocky Johnson of farting like this at home.
I will find the device that most mimics your nephew's farting, and we'll mash it up.
I think we're going to come across some chainsaws soon.
Yeah.
You know, even like, remember when we were kids, people had those gas-powered planes, they flew around?
Cox.
Yeah.
Cox motors.
You were right about that dungeon door, though.
Could be a big old young
beginning.
Frankenstein.
That was good.
049 engine.
Only the start.
Cox 049.
That was all around my schoolyard across the street.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
we didn't.
I hated those kids.
Cost money and brought joy, so we couldn't have them. But
I had frisbees. I didn't have a fucking
you're
plane.
too busy stealing shrubs to get involved with
Someone's
that kind of
make some money.
Yeah, write down Cox 049 engine. I think.
Yep.
I think it's COX 049 engine was the popular.
What's the chainsaw company? It starts with an S. Still?
Still.
That's
steel.
Steel.
It looks like steel, but it's steel.
A smaller model, perhaps, on some of those farts.
We'll do a deep dive into Husqvarna
he may
as
take
well.
requests for all I know. He may ask me what do you want to hear?
Well, I'll tell you what. Because I'm a purist, I don't want you to plant ideas in the man's head. I want him saying, do your darndest.
Organic.
Yeah.
Let's hear, we're going to hear a Cox 049 engine.
My youth. See?
Wow, it's uncanny.
Now we're going into wasps and like big hornets.
Flying things.
Yeah.
That's it. That's like, that lacks garlic, that fart.
I want to hear the mashup one more time.
That's
because it makes
fantastic.
me laugh.
The flourish at the end.
He's got dirt in the filter. I'll tell you what, my nephew's ass idles better than the Yamaha. I don't know what that means, but it definitely idles better. I take the filter off and check for some dirt.
The 2-stroke versus the 4-stroke. They put the oil in with the fuel and mix it up, and that's where it gets that sound. Not clean either, by the way.
Neither is his asshole.
No, not EPA friendly.
Yeah.
No. All right, Greta Thunberg, not a fan of the RD400 or the nephew's asshole.
Single tier. Single tier.
How dare you, she says.
How dare you?
This little bitch. Go ahead.
All right, stand her. For tomorrow's mashup, we need Greta saying "How dare you" over and over again while the RD400 and his nephew's farting. All right, I'll give you some time. I'm going to talk about Mercari. It's Dawson. You got 63 seconds. Here we go. Mercari. All right, I'll filibuster a little while you find Greta Thunberg saying, "How dare you" over AJ's
60 seconds.
Cousin, AJ's nephew farting over there. I'll give AJ some plugs, by the way, because he just brings it, man.
Oh, every time. Guest of the year.
And not only that, he brings out the best in everyone around him. Fame is a Bitch is the name of the podcast. AJ's gets down on the scandals and tragedies of Hollywood. You can subscribe on Apple Podcasts. And then Fame is the column, and you can find that on radaronline.com as well. Dawson's mashing up Greta and the RD400 and the
Joey's
ass.
There you go.
All right, you got it?
That's right. Oh, no.
Now you have to picture her in the room.
Oh, yeah.
How dare you? 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 How dare you?
Yes.
Wow. Just like that.
Oh, God. So good. I'm sweating. It's too fucking funny.
All right. Go to AdamCarolla.com for all the live show information. And my book, you can pre-order it. I'm your emotional support animal, and you can check that out. You can pre-order it at Barnes & Noble and Amazon.com as well. We're working on that as we speak. We're just about done. And check out Uppity and Shelby American. It's over at Chassis, Chassy, and their stuff's coming up on Netflix as well. So check that out. Get the newsletter at AdamCarolla.com. And until next time, Adam Carolla for AJ Benza and Gina Grad and Paul Bryan saying mahalo.